I'm using, ordinarily, I would not have chosen this, but this pattern was suggested for working with variegated colorways. And y'all have seen Fat Tuesday before, right? It's got some fluorescent yellow in there, some purple and green, of course, Fat Tuesday colors, Mardi Gras colors. So I decided I want to use this for my class in June. So I thought, well, I'm going to knit up a sample. So here's the front. And I have to tell you, when I first started, I was like, I wasn't in the mood to knit with this colorway again. Y'all know I just used it on my puffle socks. And so I'm ready to do something else. But I thought, well, I want to knit this pattern anyway, and I need to get it done. So I'll just start it. This was yesterday. I have to tell you, this pattern is so addictive. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's fun and it has enough interest. If you can see all of those, like I said, it's a broken up kind. I don't think it's not called a broken rib. There's a specific pattern, but the pattern that it creates with those little bits of ribbing is actually kind of creates some interest with variegated yarns. I think it would be beautiful with a semi-solid as well. Very elegant for sure. This will definitely be more fun piece given the bright colors, but I'm okay with that. And like I said, I'll use it for my class. So I did have to put on a right side progress keeper to keep me straight. Because you know how I am. I get to knitting and I'm watching TV and not paying attention. Actually, yesterday I was reading. And so I was like, I got to have something to keep me on track. So this is the back side. And then that's the front side. Anyway, I have to tell you, if you want to knit this pattern, it is so fun. It's definitely got a little bit more interest and then just knit and purl, garter stitch, but it's not so difficult that you can't keep track of what you're doing. It's easy, knits and purls. And she does have the nice I-cord edging there on the side. So it's beautiful. I think I wouldn't mind having a nice one. I say nice, an elegant, maybe more sophisticated one. Like I might do it in Pomp and Circumstance or something like that, and do it with fluffy lace, because the pattern calls for either DK. I'm using trusty DK, just holding one strand, or you can obviously hold a couple strands together. So I might do one out of fluffy lace, I'm thinking, and hold two strands together, or fingering and fluffy lace together. But anyway, I think that will make a very nice polished looking scarf. So the designer's name, I'm sure y'all have heard of her. She has a huge following, but it was brand new to me. Her name is, hang on, something, I think Lundgren. Oh goodness, now I'm not going to be able to find it. It says Kutova Kika, but I know she has an actual name as well. Anyway, I'll put the link in the show notes. Some of y'all probably have heard of her and probably knit her things. She kind of, honestly, when I found her on Instagram, and when I was looking through her posts, she kind of has a very petite knit vibe going on. They seem like kind of similar, in their projects and designs and stuff like that. So thank you, Veronica Lindbergh. I knew y'all would know. That's because you are awesome. And meanwhile, I'm still trying to catch up. All right, what else? So that's all of my projects right now. Now, I do want to talk again about May, the Fiber Challenge, because we have to do our summer sweater stitch along, okay? So, and I told y'all that I want to make the Fiorellino by Isabel Kramer. She just came out with this pattern. It's a fingering weight pattern. It's got a beautiful little bit of detail, but it's not like extensive lace. So I think you could use kind of a speckled colorway if you want. And I'm thinking I might use, because I'm going through my bright phase now. So I'm thinking about using Leprechaun, which is, let me grab Let me grab. And it's not like, it's not total. It's not, I wouldn't call this a variegated skein, but it is a speckled colorway. So, but it just creates some nice movement in there. So I'm thinking, I don't know, what do y'all think? Is that my color? So I'm thinking I might do leprechaun. Anyway, either way, I will, I've got some colorways picked out. And if you want to knit the Fiorellino, I can't help myself. I just need to stop that. With me, then next week I'll have a listing up with the sizing, and so that you can easily order a kit, and I'll have various colorways up there. So, and obviously, if you want to participate and you have a different summer top that you want to knit or crochet or whatever, absolutely you can. And this will be another one where you don't have to use Swan City yarns, but if you want to, and you need a special order or something like that, then we'll make it happen. So, hey, Deb, always better late than never. Good to see you. Okay, what else? So there, that, what I do with my, I don't know what I did with my agenda, and I will quickly fall apart without my agenda. Okay. So I didn't, if you read the newsletter, you saw I have been swamped in a good way doing wholesale orders this week. And I've got 2 more that I will be shipping out this afternoon. And then I think I'm all caught up on wholesale orders. So that's good. But I've also kind of, as pots were available, I've been filling up the shop with some colorways, especially in fluffy lace, because fluffy lace has really been doing well at trunk shows and festivals. And so I've been putting in some larger quantities of popular colorways. And in the newsletter, I showed some of those. And to be honest, let's be honest, when you go to a festival or a trunk show or something, a lot of times you see a sample, which is what happens. And then those colorways, people like those colorways. And maybe they just like them because they're awesome. Let me just toot my own horn there. But anyway, so cinnamon spice is one that I have put in the shop. And then I'll even show you all as well. They've got their tags on them because I've been taking them with me to show off. But cinnamon spice here, I hate those fold lines. I need like a way to, I need to roll them up, or I don't know, do something so that I don't get these weird fold lines in my knits. But anyway, this middle colorway is cinnamon spice. So that has been a very popular colorway, and it's a good colorway. So there's that. And I knit the broom. I put that in the newsletter. If you haven't read your newsletter, you need to. But anyway, so that's what I knit with that. And then I also have put in, this is probably, I don't know, if I had to pick my favorite colorway of all time, it might be Purple Leaf Plum. It is such a dynamic purple. Now, this is it on fluffy lace. If you see it on the other bases, it has all these different shades. I mean, you can even see it here. There are purples and pinks and even some blues in there and some grays. It's phenomenal. And then I've shown this off before too, but I knit my Wednesday sweater out of it. But this would, if I didn't already have a sample in Purple Leaf Plum, this is what I would be knitting my Fiorellino out of. Just saying, because it's such a good colorway. And obviously you can have more than one knit. But since my knits get taken to shows and things like that too, I probably won't. I don't know. You never know. Maybe I'll use Purple Leaf Plum again. And then I'll have a different sample to show. I'll have a winter and a summer sample to show. And then, vintage is another colorway. It's such a beautiful blue. In fact, the Fiorellino, her colorway looks a little bit like vintage. Anyway, this, I have to tell you, at Nash Yarn Fest was the biggest hit. of all my cumulus that I just held 2 strands of fluffy lace together. And I think it took what, 4 skeins in all. So yeah, this is just, and y'all have seen I have the other one that I made 2 of these. The other one was in Paint the Town Red and Berry that I mixed and matched a little bit, had some fun with. Yeah, so that was a big hit too. So I put those in the shop. I'd had a little bit of room left in the pots. So I think there's literally 1 skein of Marmee on Trusty Sock in the shop. That was one of the coordinating cousins. And then I also put them on minis. So Marmee and Aunt March. Look at that. You can really see the blues coming out there because I mix blues and greens. So yeah, she's a beauty. Just look so good. All right, so those are in the shop. Tomorrow, probably about 6 o'clock, I'll close down the shop. So if you want anything, get it today if you're online, unless you're coming tomorrow to see me. I'm just saying. And then don't forget the end of April. I've heard a few of you are coming to Georgia, to the Georgia Mountain Needle Arts Festival. Yes, I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to getting up. I don't know that it'll be much cooler weather, but pretty much anything's cooler than Florida, right? How are y'all's weather doing? We didn't talk about weather today. I know Karen Leggett, within just several weeks of each other, you've had a bunch of storms again over in Tulsa. Yes, we have been warming up profusely here. It's like I told Bo, okay, we had our couple weeks of spring and now we're right on into summer. Oh, I didn't tell y'all what I'm wearing. This is the Anchors tee. This was my summer summer sweater that I did a couple years ago, right? So yeah, petite knit. This is the DK version that I knit. There is a fingering version, but in my mind, if I can knit a DK version and make it go faster, yes. Yes to all the things. So I think the fingering version, you see this little interesting detail up here. There's 3 sections of it. The fingering has like 5. Fingering weight. You need more to fill up that space. So, and then I think I did side decreases like I always do. And this colorway is not Junho, Young Woo. Speaking of which, is that show, did they ever come out with another season? I have to look that up. I have a feeling one of y'all know and never told me. Anyway, the yarn, the base was the old Tolkien DK, so which I don't dye anymore. But it's DK. So I think if I did it again, and I would knit this pattern again. This was a good pattern. We all know petite knit. Like she's so good at writing patterns. I would probably use swanky DK, cashmere. Yes, for sure. So Deb, you're going to have some mallow leftovers after. Okay. Oh, mallow and purple leaf plum. Oh, yes. By the way, I don't know if y'all know, I did a fade for Deb. Was mallow in that set? I think it was, right? Mallow was a part of that because it was based on mallow. Anyway, it was a 5 fade set of yarns. I keep thinking every time I pass it in my recipe book, I keep thinking I need to dye this up and put it in the shop. I just haven't done it yet, but that's a good set, good gradient set. So Karen, yes, and they say we will see snow on Saturday. I don't know which is worse. Tornadoes, snow. I would take snow. I mean, I know it's cold and feel like you're back in winter, but definitely snow for me. And then Liz, yes, tornadoes for you too. Oh, well, thank goodness that all is fine. Okay. Well, Deb, yes, it was that was part of that set was mallow. Yeah, that's a good set. I have to dye up some mallow again. Anyway, okay, y'all, I think that's all I have. Georgia Mountain Needle Arts, did I tell you that's April 25th through the 27th? And I did not put in the newsletter a link to the class, but if you're local and want to attend the class on working with hand-dyed yarns, that's Saturday, June 7th, and it's on the website for Knit and Stitch. If you just look at their classes, it's literally, I found it on the website already. So you can sign up for that. It's just a 1-hour class talking about, kind of how to predict a little bit what your yarn will look like knit up, and even some good patterns, pattern types that are good to knit with those highly variegated skeins and things like that. So yeah, I think that's it. And is there anything else? Oh, I knew there was something. I knew it. Dying to Knit, people. Next Thursday, we have our the first of this series of classic candies. We'll be dyeing up an M&M's colorway, which I have not yet done the practice pot for. I've been a little busy, but I am looking forward to doing that on Monday. I'm going to get on it. All right. And I look forward to seeing you all. And the rest of you, I look forward to seeing you all right back here next week at 1 o'clock. Take care of yourselves. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye, everybody.